And a very pleasant good morning and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Andrew Bleckman. I'm pleased to welcome you to this Thursday matinee performance. We'll be having 8 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offer Win, Play, Show, Quinella, Exacta, and Trifecta Wagering. Of course, if these terms are new to you, I'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a couple specialty wagering options throughout the program here. We have a Pick 3 wager, which begins in game number 4. The high-paying High 5 jackpot, which begins in game number 3 with its $2,000 guarantee. They've been guaranteeing a lot of $2,000 here this season. That's that Pick 5 starts before game 3. Pick the winners of games 3 through 7. It's only $1 per 5-number combination there. And you can have your chance at that $2,000. And that's the minimum jackpot as part of that High 5. $2,000 guaranteed in every performance. And depending on how much is wagered into it, perhaps we'll have a little more. And folks, sorry about the cutoff intro there. Working a little double duty here. You notice that Stu not on the mic here, so doing this performance here today solo. We'll have 9 games for you. I don't know if we said 8 games, but this is a 9-game performance. And we'll be having that doubles game coming in game 5. And then 8 singles games will be the rest of those, including that spectacular 9 Superfecta singles match to close it out coming there in game 9. Where were we? We were just at that point where we were talking about that all-new Mighty Ocho. Maybe not all-new anymore, but the Mighty Ocho still exists here. That begins in game number 1. Another jackpot wager also guaranteed there at $2,000, and that carryover approaching that $2,000 mark there. And if you'd like to wager, online wagering is available at watchandwager.com. And if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com as well. But of course, placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. And while we have a couple more minutes before the start of Game 1, something else you can do is Fantasy Jai-Alai. You go to fantasyjai-alai.com. A couple more minutes to sign up for this week. If we have over 150 players, we'll have a $150 cash prize going out to the winner in addition to a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt. So you got a couple more minutes to get those entries in, make any last-minute adjustments. Again, we do not have any scratches in this performance, and there are no late scratches, so everything is good in that fantasy game. We're good to go for this week. And, of course, the scratch is when a player is supposed to play in the program is out for a medical reason. And everyone is healthy and playing here this week. So, of course, we recognize that many of you are still sheltering in place, or safer at home, or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront this new normal. Wherever you may be, we hope that you're safe and healthy, and we're just glad that we're able to bring you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment this afternoon. We now welcome you to sit back and relax because at 12 noon, it is time to play Jai-Alai. And as we do before the first game of every performance, we got this video that will explain the scoring format for the first 7 singles games of this performance, which will be spectacular 7 scoring. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And folks, that was spectacular 7 scoring, which will be the format for the first 8 games. Clarify, first 8 games of this 9-game performance, and then the 9th one. We got a video that will explain the subtle differences, but you got a while till we get to that 9th one. 4 minutes to go before game number 1 here. 2 performances for you on this Thursday. We have one here starting at 12 noon, just a few minutes. We'll be back here at 4 p.m. as well. So 18 games on the slate for you. No Stu Nyman, but happy to be joined in the booth here with Scott Savin. He'll be in and out here throughout this first performance. How are you, Scott?
Doing good, Andrew. Thursday, and, everybody's raring to go. Players are ready. You and I think, are ready. Hopefully we'll have Stu back tomorrow or Saturday, and we're good to go. It's always exciting to see what we get in the first couple games on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. And one guy that was dominating the win column in these earlier games, everyone thinks he's a nice guy, but the win column is starting to fill up for him. That's Tennessee. Just been playing some great Jai-Alai as of late. Jumped all the way up there, just a couple games outside of third place, that third and final bonus money slot. So you're going to see Tennessee coming up in these earlier games. You got Jedden playing a couple of these earlier games as well, so that'll be a really good matchup there in these earlier ones.
Yeah, the early games are getting more and more competitive, and as you said, Tennessee, he is the nicest guy on the roster, but he's also fiercely competitive. He just doesn't show it in a way some of the other guys show it.
Yeah, absolutely here, and see if anyone could threaten Douglas for that golden cesta this week. Douglas, since he's come back from illness here, came back in week 13, 14 wins for him, 18 wins for him last 2 weeks ago, and then last week 13 wins for him, so he's just setting the pace there atop those championship singles standings. 79 victories for him. He's winning at just under 44%, so just incredible numbers there for Douglas, but you'll see him coming up. His first appearance in that doubles game, game 5, and then those 4 singles games to close it out for you.
Yeah, we're fortunate here at Magic City Jai-Alai to have a player like Douglas. I know some people will sometimes say, how dominant he is, but it's pretty awesome to see someone who had no prior Jai-Alai experience in just his second year of Jai-Alai, dominating play like he does. He's a force to be reckoned with, and he's the future of this sport, and we're proud and happy to have him here at Magic City Jai-Alai.
Yeah, very happy, and as we said there, Douglas coming up in some of these later games, but your first opportunity in that first doubles game he'll be with his partner Lamonti, that reigning doubles championship team as well. So not only doing it in singles there, Douglas, all-around player here at Magic City. Now just a minute away till we get into that first game of the day here. Another reminder there, last second to make those adjustments to any fantasy lineups, fantasyhighlight.com if you'd like to play along here for this week. We'll be closing these entries in just about a minute. And then, of course, we will announce if we have over 150 players between the performances. We'll announce it at the start of the next broadcast, and hopefully we have 150, and then we can up that prize in addition to that Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt as well.
Which we are happy to do. Get 150 in, and we're game time. We're ready.
And, folks, with that, we are ready to begin game number 1. Game 1 will be a spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it up to 7 points. All those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. To begin serving in the red of post 1 here, we have number 37, Tennessee, and receiving in the blue post 2, there's Jedden. There's the serve. Game 1 is now underway. Reverse there by Jedden. Robote comes out. Forehand. Comes up short of the pad. Point 2. Jedden first up on the board here in this first game. That'll bring them to court. A white shirt to post 3. Lamonte. Serve missed by Lamonti there, point 2. 2 straight points to open up this first game. They'll bring to the court. Green sure to post 4. Here's Juice. Juice tipped that serve. Point 2. And now the black sure to post 5. We have Ben. Robote comes out. Jedden up at the 7 line. Turns that Robote hard from the forehand. Ben sets up at the 10 line. Going to be a 2-wall. It's going to land in. Quick bounce. Jedden brings it in over the top his forehand. Catches 3 walls. Ben waits. Gets a cest on it. That's going to hit. Jedden up at the 5 line. Plays this one to pass. Ben turns up at the 9 line now. This one goes to the outside on that Robote. Jedden. Back to the inside where that one will score. Point 2. In a receive now. Here comes the yellow shirt to post 6. That's Legend. And one of the difficulties of playing with that cesta is don't have 2 hands to tie your shoes. Jedden just fixing his and everything tied up there. Retying the cesta. And we should be good to go. Here's Jedden, post 2. Nice 4 straight points open up for him. He's serving to Legend, post 6. That one catches the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 6. Legend now with 1 point. In a receive, pink shirt to post 7. There's Diaz. Legend keeps this serve. Middle of the court. Here's Diaz backed up at the 12 line. Hard forehand. Legend cuts it off there at the 9 line. Diaz charging in. He's got it. 8 line. His reverse. Catches that side wall. To the outside, there's Legend. 2-wall Robote turn. That's going to score there. Point 6. In now to receive here. Rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's Fred. Legend charging, takes it low on the forehand. 9 line. Fred missed it. Point 6. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Tennessee. That one an underserve. Got to keep those serves between the 4 and 7 line. That one coming up short of the 4. Point goes to post 1. Tennessee now on the board, 2 points. Here's Lamonti returning, post 3. Lamonti missed the serve, point 1. Tennessee now 4 points. Returning, here's Juice. Green shirt to post 4. Juice, hard forehand over the top. Tennessee missed it first time around, hangs with it. Gets it on the back end there. Robote, slow bouncer coming to Juice. He's backed up at the 12 line. Hard reverse. Tennessee's got it, middle of the court. Goes for the soft forehand into the pad. Pad's bad there, point 4. Juice now on the board, 2 points. Returning, here's Ben. We call interference. Point will be replayed here. Juice will reserve here. Post 4 to Ben will replay the point. Ben rips that reverse there. Juice at the 8-line, diving Rabote save. Gonna score. Wow, 0.4.
Nice play by Juice right there.
4 points here for Juice. He's got the blue shirt of post 2 coming up. There's Jedden, also with 4 points. Rabote coming way out 6-line. There's Juice. Hangs with it nicely. Soft play. Miss by Jedden and right at the 9-line. That's going to score 0.4. Giving Juice here a possible game point. In to stop him here, pink shirt of post 7, we have Diaz. Diaz takes that. Backhand. Catches a piece of that sidewall. Juice goes to the outside. Diving again. That one not going to stay in the lines there. That's out of play. 0.7. This game will continue. Diaz now with his first 2 points of this first game. Returning, here's Fred, post 8. Fred, that one right along the sidewall. Diaz missed it first time around. Hangs with it. Forehand save to the outside. Fred now. High off the front wall. Brought down by Diaz. 10-line. Sidearm forehand. Fred's going to let it pass. Forehand backs Diaz up to the 12-line. It's Costado. Caught by Fred. Low forehand. Here's Diaz. Goes in. Goes for the 2-wall. That's going to score there. That's his shot, 0.7.
That's the patented Diaz 2-wall.
Diaz now 4 points. Returning, here's post 6 Legend. He has 3 points. Legend keeps this one along the sidewall. Diaz reaching up. That one in and out of the cesta it goes. 0.6. And Legend now 5 points, giving him a possible game point. And to stop him, post 3 Lamonte. Pick up by Lamonte off the serve, but that reverse into the pad. That is point and game. Yellow shirt of post 6, Legend. We'll have a, Four's going to place, taking second. We'll have a 3-way playoff now. Figure out third place finisher here. That show, we have Tennessee serving to Jedden here. One gets by Tennessee there, 0.2. Possible show point now for post 2, that's Jedden. Tennessee has been eliminated from this playoff. Possible show point here, Jedden serves, post 7, that's Diaz. Jedden cuts it off. Costado scores there, 0.2. 2 gets the show. Unofficial order of finish for game number 1. 6-4-2. 6-4 and 2. We'll get those official results here coming up in just a moment.
And as so often in the first game on a Thursday, we get the good, the bad, and a little bit of the ugly. We saw it all. There was some good play, some bad play. A couple of nice points by Juice, a couple of good serves by Kenny. Legend.
It's always good to see the Diaz crack that 2-wall right away. Huh? It looks beautiful every time.
It's a patented shot for him. You see that, and a lot of unforced errors in game 1, and Kenny, Legend, lives and dies by that serve.
Yep.
I mean, that serve can take him all the way to a victory, or it can,
And you saw
him.
both of those there. Cut him on the underserve, sent it back to the bench, then he comes back and wins it there on the next time around here. As the prices come up on your screen for game 1. 6-4-2 there was official. Post 6, that's Legend with the win. Post 4, Juice taking second. Post 2, Jedden coming in third. 6-4-2. The $1 Quinella, 4-6 or 6-4. $1 returns $72.70 there. Nice way to start it off. The $2 trifecta. The trifecta, the top 3 finishers in the exact order. You got to go 6-4-2. Off of $2 if you hit that combo. Returns $4.82 even.
Some nice prices to get us started here.
Nice prices to get us started there. You see that exacta there, 6-4, $137.20 off of $2. Not bad there either. And up next, we have game number 2, game 2. to be the same format as that first one. Spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All points will still double after all those matchups there in the first round of play. See a similar crew of guys here in this second game. And post time here for Game 2. Coming up in just about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got Bueno getting in his first action of the day here in Game 2. Usually a middle and late game player, hoping to try and take advantage of his shot in an early game.
And that's a guy right there, Scott, you're talking about it. He holds that third place spot in the championship single standing, so those earlier games for him, a good way to sort of pad those win stats for him. Is Tennessee is just right on his tail, 46 wins. You have Ikeda just a couple behind him at 41. Carballo creeping up, Ben creeping up. So there's a lot of guys there. So for Bueno to add even a couple in these earlier games, these opportunities are huge for him coming up here in just under 5 minutes. And to get you up to the start of that second game, we have a video that will explain here in simpler terms for those fans who are new to the sport how Jai-Alai is played. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And we are now just 3 minutes away from game number 2. We were just talking about how Bueno there getting his first opportunity. 48 wins for him on the season. And there's a bit of a gap there between not only third and second, but then they're second to first. So that third place spot completely up for grabs there. Hey folks, we're some issues there transmitting the entries, so we're going to read it out loud to you for game number 2. You didn't see that entry screen. So for game 2, post 1, you have Fred. Post 2, Lamonte. Post 3, you have Jedden. Post 4, Tennessee. Post 5, Bueno. Post 6, Legend. Post 7, you have Diaz. And post 8, you have Juice. Again, Fred, post 1, Lamonte. Post 2, Jedden. Post 3, Tennessee. Post 4, Bueno. Post 5, Legend. Post 6, Diaz. Post 7, and Juice there for post 8.
And we're one game away from the high-paying, often-paying High Five, which kicks off in game number 3. And then, of course, the pick 3 in game 4. So the specialty wagers are right around the corner for all of you. I think I guess the High Five was hit in the last performance.
High Five was hit in that Sunday performance there, over $2,000. So we're starting to see certainly some more play in that High Five. When it gets about $700 in the carryover, it goes over that $2,000 minimum, which is great to see.
Well, we're hoping, we see that everyone understands what a great wager it is. We hope everyone will be playing the High Five, because my hands are turning green from printing all that money. So I need I need the players, the bettors, the wagers out there to send it in. It's the best bet going in parimutuel sports.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We talked about just numbers-wise, over 32,000 to 1 to hit a pick 5. It's obviously given all posts of equal skill level and all that in terms of the Jai-Alai simulation statistics. But, the fact that it's been hit, I think it's right around 20. It was right around 25% at one point when we did the calculations there, and it's been hit. It seems like almost every other performance since then. We had a streak there last week where it went 5 of 6 performances, and then it closed out the week pretty strong as well. So when it gets on a 1-game losing streak, that High Five, usually it rebounds pretty well. It goes back to the drawing board and gets it done.
Absolutely. The wagers are having a fun time with the High Five. Of course, the pick 3 and game 4 as well. Yeah, that pick 3 record high there last week, over $2,300 bet into that pick 3 as well. So all those specialty wagering options, as you said. And the Ocho sort of like the stepchild, but We're going to have a force out, which Andrew and Stu will get into more next week on the last day of the meet. We have several different meets here for state regulatory purposes. So that Ocho will be getting forced out the end of next week. And I think we're ready for game number 2.
We are ready there for game number 2. Let's begin.
All right, game time.
We're ready to begin game number 2. Here, game 2 will be another spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All points will double after all those matchups in the first round of play. To begin game number 2 here, serving red at post 1, we have Fred. Receiving the blue at post 2, there's Lamonte. Fred serve begins game 2. Fred on the forehand, back to the inside. Good stop there by Lamonte. Goes deep with this reverse. Rabote up at the 7 line. Fred got assessed on it just into the top of the pad. Point 2. Lamonte first up on the board here in this second game. That'll bring the court. White shirt to post 3. Here's Jedden. Jed, that one catches the side wall. Lamonte on the outside. Rabote wide. Point 3. And to receive for this matchup, green shirt to post 4. Here's Tennessee. That one in out of the cesta it went. Point 3. Jed now 2 straight points to open up his second game. And to receive now black shirt to post 5. There's Bueno. Bote inside. There's Bueno. Picks it up. His reverse. Jedden, his 2-wall. Bueno's got it on the outside. Karam scores there. Nice one from Bueno. Point 5. And to receive, yellow shirt to post 6. Here's Legend. Bueno there up at the 8. His reverse. Rabote comes out there. Legend to the outside. That one into the pad. Point 5. And now pink shirt to post 7. Here's Diaz. Serve missed by Diaz. Point 5. And in to receive here, rounding out the first round of play, purple shirt to post 8. Here's Juice. Bueno over the top, 3-wall play. There's Juice backing up, gets assessed on it, lays it up there off the front wall. Bueno charging in, up at the 4 line. Hard forehand, in and out of the cesta of Juice. Right at the 9 line there. Point 5 again there for Bueno. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Fred. Bueno stops up at the 6 line, turns that Rabote hard back inside. Good pickup by Fred at the 11 line. This one goes to the outside. There's Bueno. Turns to Rabote. Fred charging up there, up at the 8 line now. His reverse. A little too hard, a little too high. Catches the overhead screen out of play there. Point 5. And now a possible game point here for Bueno. Post 5, he has 6 points. It is top in post 2, Lamonte. Galante, low runner back inside. Bueno picks it up. 10 line. Plays this one to pass. It's cut off, though, by Lamonte. On the forehand now. Here's Bueno. 10 line. Over the top, middle of the court. In and out of the cest it goes. That is point and a perfect game for the black shirt of post 5, Bueno. No playoff here. 3 places and 2 shows. Unofficial order of finish there for game 2. 5, 3, 2. 5, 3, and 2. Get the official results here coming up in just a few moments.
And as we were talking, Bueno making good use of that early game opportunity.
Absolutely, running it
continue
perfect.
to move himself up the standings or solidify himself into third place now. What's he got? A couple games over?
Yeah, he's got 3-game lead there. Win number 49 for him. Tennessee's at 46, so these guys be playing against each other in some of these earlier games here, although, yeah, Bueno will be coming back here in game 4, but win number 49 for him. And 1 for 1 on the week, a perfect game. Not a better way to start off the week. Can't do much better than that there.
No, he has to look in the entries, see he's got that early game opportunity, and then capitalize it. Not easy to do, but he did it.
And the results there are now official. Post 5, that's Bueno with the win. Perfect game. Post 3, Jedden taking second. Post 2, Lamonte coming in third. 5-3-2 was official there for game 2. As you see those prices on your screen, public all over it. The $2 Quinella there, 3-5 or 5-3, returns $12. And the $2 try there, 5-3-2. It's the top 3 finishers in the exact order, 72-80. And not bad. I mean, we've been talking about those wins as well there, Scott. Sometimes those win columns, they're Bueno to win. Certainly the favorite in that game, 8-20 off of $2. Not bad. Not bad at all there. And coming up next, we've got Game 3, and more importantly, the start of that high 5. Yep, Game 3 will be another spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All points will still double after all those matchups, but most importantly, as we said there, you're going to have about 8 more minutes to get those final bets in there for the high 5. And we'll give you the entries here quickly for game number 3. And also go to MagicCityCasino.com there under the Highlight tab, entries and results there. You can see all the game pages, entries for today's performance there. Having some issues getting those entries up there. So for game 3, post 1, we have Diaz. Post 2, you have Juice. Post 3, you have Legend. Post 4, Fred. Post 5, Tennessee. Post 6, Lamonte. Post 7, you have Jedden. And post 8, we have El Barba. Those are the entries there for game number 3. Post time coming your way in just about 7 minutes.
I love Jai-Alai. I think Jai-Alai's a beautiful game. My favorite part of playing Jai-Alai would be that I get to compete. I get to come into a facility with other competitors that are trying their hardest. I get to come out here and try my hardest. Win or lose, you feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day after coming in and giving it your all. My 2020 goal is when you open up the program, it should say Chris Bueno, win percentage 150 or better, and in the money percentage 400 or better. I'm going to finish every game that I get possible game point.
And that was number 22 there, Bueno. First win of the week. Perfect game for him to start it off. Can't do much better. 49 wins for him on the season there. Of course, as we said, their last chance to place those bets here for the high 5. 2,000 guaranteed, although we have just over 1,600 in that pool now. Pick the winners of games 3 through 7. Be the only winning ticket and get that $2,000 minimum guarantee in that jackpot. Of course, you can bet as many combinations as you like. It's just $1 per combination. And to get you up to the start of game number 3, here is the Rebote recap from last week. That is week 15.
Welcome to the Week 15 edition of the 2020 Magic City Jai-Alai Rebote Recap. This past week, we saw another standout performance by our singles championship leader, Douglas. Number 13 piled on 13 more singles victories, increasing his advantage over first place to an astounding 16 games. Ron, on the other hand, continues to slip further away from the number 1 spot that he commanded just 3 weeks ago. Number 12 collected 4 singles victories in week 15, but it wasn't nearly enough to keep pace with the winning machine that is Douglas. Ron's 63 wins are still good enough for second place overall, with plenty of breathing room between himself and the third place player, Bueno. The second generation Pelotari added 3 crucial victories, giving him 48 singles wins on the season to maintain that all-important third and final bonus money slot. Right on his tail in fourth place, though, is Magic City sweetheart, Tennessee. The former Canes pitcher and fan favorite dominated the early games, earning himself 8 singles wins in week 15. Tennessee now sits just 2 games outside of third place with 46 victories. And rounding out the top 5 is Ikeda. However, number 23 was only able to tally just 1 victory across his singles appearances throughout the week. After a couple of uncharacteristic performances, Ikeda needs to get back on track in a hurry, as Carballo with 40 wins and Ben and Kubala with 39 wins are hot on his heels and determined to climb their way up the standings. And yet again, out of all the impressive and hard-fought play we saw from the roster at Magic City, the best singles output was reserved for number 13, Douglas. The young gun and highlight phenom earned his 3rd consecutive Golden Cesta after collecting 13 singles wins, including a resounding finish to the week with a Grand Slam performance on Sunday. The Wonder Boy has won 45 total games over the last 3 weeks. So far, no one has been able to find the formula to take down last year's champ, who is winning at a ridiculous clip of just under 44%. Douglas was waiting in the gate for a while, but he is officially off to the races and well on his way to successfully defending his title as singles champion. Congratulations again to Douglas on his 3rd Golden Cesta of the 2020 season. Week 15 saw the highly anticipated return of doubles games to the Magic City Jai-Alai fronton. Although the results of these games don't count towards the Doubles Championship Series, players and fans alike were eager to experience the exhilaration and speed of doubles action once again. Douglas and Lamonte, the champions of this season's first doubles tournament, struggled to find their footing early on, but managed to find their groove before the end of the week. They secured 1 doubles victory in addition to having the highest in-the-money percentage of all the doubles pairs in Week 15 at over 71%. After missing the first doubles tournament entirely, Ron was on a mission to prove he's not just a singles player, but a serious force to be reckoned with in doubles too. He and Juice finished in the money in 4 of their 7 appearances, including 2 outright victories. The only other team to claim 2 wins was the familiar and downright formidable duo of Bueno and Tennessee. The sweetheart pairing, also reunited for Magic City's first tournament of the season, didn't skip a beat, exhibiting their strong on-court communication and consistency all week long. Going into Week 16, we expect to see the same doubles pairings as Magic City continues with 1 doubles game per performance throughout the end of August. Shout out to this week's fantasy winner, the name you've all been waiting to hear out loud, Willy Winker and the Pelota Factory. Team Willy Winker and the Pelota Factory will receive a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt as well as the full $100 cash prize for its stellar performance in Week 15. Watch our weekly fantasy review on our Instagram page at Jai-Alai Channel for more details on Willy Winker's winning Week 15 lineup. Every week is a new chance to earn points for your fantasy team, so you can always come back to your team or join the league at any time. And remember, the cash prize of $100 sponsored by Magic City Jai-Alai will remain unlocked as long as there are 100 or more active league members. But that's not all. If we surpass 150 active members, Magic City has agreed to increase the prize money to $150, and it will remain unlocked at that value. So help us spread the word. The more people who play, the more money you can win. Visit fantasyhighlight.com to join the league for free, draft your own fantasy team, and start winning like Willy Winker. This week's Rebote play goes to the most electrifying player on the roster, Carballo. As one of the most unpredictable players from day to day, number 3 is always dropping jaws, soaring across the court, and laying his body on the line. Even when you think you have the point won, Carballo has a knack for pulling off the impossible. That was on full display this past Saturday in this scorcher of a point as Douglas fired a picture-perfect rebote outside placement that seemed like a sure winner. But in typical Carballo fashion, he positioned himself perfectly to execute a rebote 2-wall that just narrowly kissed the front glass to score. Just another Picasso-like masterpiece from number 3. Watch it for yourself in this Rebote Play of the Week.
Outside placement of the forehand rebote, and it's absolutely stopped by Carballo. And Carballo's return scores.
And the rebote recap from last week, that was week 15 here at Magic City, brings us up to the start of game number 3 and that high five. Good luck to everyone playing. We have Diaz, post 1, serving to Juice, post 2. Juice goes for the carom. Nifty move there by Frank to get out of the way there. Wide of the court, point 1.
Yeah, Frank's got all the moves over there.
In receive now, white shirt to post 3. Here's Legend. Legend slows play up there with a soft forehand. Diaz brings it in just beyond the 11 line. Reverse. Passes Legend. Goes back for it. One not going to make the front wall. Point 1. Diaz now 2 straight points to open up this third game. They'll bring it to the court. Green shirt to post 4. Here's Fred. That one there's an overserve. Flew beyond the 7 line. Got to keep those serves within the 4 and 7. This point goes to the 4. In now, black shirt to post 5. Here's Tennessee. Reverse there by Tennessee. Passes Fred. Forehand rebote. Missed up at the 8 line. Point 5. Tennessee now on the board with 1 point. That'll bring to the court. Yellow shirt of post 6. Here's Lamonte. Three-wall play. Tennessee sets up. Turns the rebote in the middle of the court. Lamonte's got it there. Goes for the carom. Soft carom's gonna score. Nice shot there. Point 6. Six now on the board with 1 point. Here's post 7. The pink shirt. Jedden. Jedden up at the 7. Sidearm forehand. Tip by Lamonte. Point 7. In now to receive here, rounding out the first round of play, the purple shirt of post 8, El Barba. Soft reverse there by El Barba. Jedden brings it in. Over the top, his forehand. He's got it. That one into the overhead screen, out of play, point 7. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning here's post 2, Juice. Juice goes for the carom again. That one doesn't cut out. Jedden winds up the Costado, rips that one to Robote. There's Juice, lays it up, and that will score. Juice again there. Second time digs out the Robote. Second time it scores there. Point 2. Juice now serves post 3. Here's Legend. Juice there up at the 9, cuts it off. Hard reverse. Legend thought about it, lets it pass. Robote left side. That's a 2-wall. Cuts out sharply. Juice there on the run. Tipped it. Just missed. Point 3. Legend now on the board. 2 points. Returning. Here's post 1. Diaz. He has 2 points. Diaz on the outside, the 11 line. Plays this one back inside. Legend lets it pass. Gets the Robote up off the front wall, sending Diaz to the outside again. It's Costado played back inside. Legend reaching up, brings it in. Just beyond the 11 line, his reverse. Passes Diaz again. Forehand Robote. This time, that one missed. Point 3. Legend now 4 points. Returning, here's post 4, Fred. That one an underserve. Came up short of the 4 line. His point goes to the 4.
And that's that living and dying by that serve. So we've seen it twice today already.
Yeah, absolutely right there. Fred now with 3 points. Here's post 1. Returning, post 5 rather, with 1 point. Tennessee. Hard forehand from Tennessee. Catches 3 walls. There's Fred. Sets up middle of the court. Gets the Robote up. Reverse here. Catches 3 walls. There's Fred. That's a 2-wall, sending Tennessee outside. Backing up at the 9 line. Carambola. Brought in by Fred, but lost it on the throw. Point 5. Tennessee now 3 points. Here's post 6, Lamonte. Good serve there by Tennessee right along the side wall. Scores there, giving him possible game point now. He has 5 points. It is top in post 8, El Barba. Robote by Tennessee, middle of the court. El Barba brings it down. Soft forehand, backing up. Reaching, Tennessee brings it in right at the back wall, the 13 line. El Barba charging in, cuts it off. Well, reverse. That 2-wall scores. Point 8, this game will continue here. El Barba now, first 2 points of this third game. Returning, here's post 7, Jedden. Albarba up at the 9 line. Jedden on a hop, brings it in. Over the top. It's cut off again. 9 line plays this one right along the side wall. Jedden running back with it. Turns the Robote. There's Albarba, middle of the court again. High off the front wall, looking for a big bounce. Brought down again by Jedden. Two wall by Jedden. That scores point 7. Jedden now 4 points. Returning, here's Juice, post 2. That's an overserve. That one flew beyond the 7. Point 2. Returning, here's Diaz, post 1. Diaz winds up, keeps that one right along the sidewall. Juice missed it first time around. Missed it going to the ground again there, point 1. Diaz now 4 points. Legend now 4 points. Post 1 serves post 3. Diaz switched up there to the forehand at the last second. That scores point 3. That gives Legend a possible game point with 6 points. In to stop him, here's Fred. Legend waits, hangs in there, turns a 2-wall. There's Fred on the outside. He's at the 11 line. Forehand back, comes out middle of the court. Legend hard back inside. There's Fred, good pickup on the left side, goes deep this time. Legend once more. That rebote catches the overhead rail. That's still out of play. Point 4. That gives Fred here a possible game point with 5 points. In to stop him, here's Lamonte. Forehand rebote, middle of the court. Here's Lamonte. Fred now charging in, low runner. Taken out of the air. Lamonte goes to the outside. Fred got the speed, gets under it. Forehand back inside. That one's going to score there for the win. That is point and game. Green shirt to post for Fred. No playoff here. 3 places, 5 shows. Unofficial order of finish for game 3. 4, 3, 5. 4, 3, and 5. Get those official results here coming up in just a few moments.
And a possible dagger to the heart there to the high five players right off the bat in game 3.
Tough one there.
Unexpected win.
And a lot of people with opportunities to win there. We've seen that in games 3, some of these earlier games too. One guy gets 6 points. Another guy has an opportunity to close it out, but just keeps going on there. And Fred ultimately gets the win there.
Yeah, it was a sloppy game, Andrew.
Yep.
To be honest, a lot of sloppy play, a lot of missed opportunities, and Fred capitalizes and probably starts this high five off with a lot of people now thinking about 4 out of 5,
yep.
And maybe keys some big payoffs here in the Quinella and trifecta when they come up.
Yep, and we'll see those coming up here shortly. But that result there for game 3 official 4-3-5. Post Fred 4 with the win. Post 3, that's Legend taking second. Post 5, Tennessee coming in third, 4-3-5. Official for that third game. As you see those prices there on your screen, we'll wait for it to turn. There we go. The $1 Quinella there again. $1 again. Wow. 3-4, 4-3. Any order off a $1, 101.20. Nice payoff there on the Quinella. The Exacta again's got there 4-3, 134.20. Over $2 again there. Off a $2 bet for the Exacta. And then that 50-cent try. 4-3-5 is the combo. No one had the $2, so 50 cent, 282.50. Not bad payouts overall, but maybe due to the fact they're post 4 coming in, certainly not one of the favorites in those earlier games. And up next, folks, we have game number 4. Game 4, another spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. And we'll still double all those points after all matchups in the first round of play there. Game 4 marks the start of that pick 3. Correctly pick the winners of games 4 through 6 for your opportunity to cash in on that pick 3. And that is your final opportunity to get those wagers in before the start of this 4th game. You have 6 more minutes until we get underway.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Jai-Alai.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure. Oven mitts.
Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a Jai-Alai glove in the other one. That'd be great.
Have you ever played Jai-Alai?
Actually lacrosse, but it's Jai-Alai for white people.
I'm Johnny Nacho. This is Steve-O. This is Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing. It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. A special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour.
Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone?
It's a dangerous game, amigo.
That's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees.
The ball is called a pelota.
A lightning ball.
Oh, good God.
And just under 5 minutes until we get into that fourth game there. Fred taking the first leg of that high five there. No wins for him last week, Scott. One win for him in the previous week. Sorry. No wins for him. The 2 wins for him in week 14. No wins for him last week. We'll get these numbers right. And then the first win in his third opportunity here for this week, week number 4, and a tough start for all the players playing that high five.
It is, but potentially that means a carryover into the 4 p.m. performance when we know with the guarantee they'll go way over that based on what was bet into the pool. And listen, someone out there might have taken a shot with Fred. We won't know until we see those odds and possible payouts before Game 7. But certainly out of the 4 post, less likely, because if he was sitting in the 1 or the 8 post, you got the numbers players. And this isn't a stat show, but we certainly have a lot of people who are playing the players because they know their abilities, and then there are numbers players out there who depend a lot on the post positions and tend to favor the 1, 2, and 8 posts as the preferable post.
Yeah, and on the season now there for Fred, 6th win for him. He's got 18 places in 21 shows there, so winning at a clip of just under 4% of the time there. So conversely, we said with Douglas winning at over 40, right around 44%, Fred just under 4%, but big win there. And the thing with the high five that we've talked about all the time too is it's so surprising that all these times there's only one winner with these combinations, because sometimes it seems maybe a little chalkier than most days, and you still get one winner with Douglas, Ron, and those favorites in the last game. Those people out there, the public, pretty solid on these picks.
No, absolutely, Andrew. I mean, that's what I find surprising about it, having been around the block a time or two in the parimutuel world, that when you see Douglas or Ron in that Game 7 and it's been chalky Games 3 through 6, you would expect multiple tickets, and it hasn't happened all that often.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, now with 2 more minutes, we'll give you another reminder of the entries here for game number 4, and we should be good here for the rest of the performance there. You'll see that entries page, which usually comes up after the prices there, but game 4, post 1, you got Anderluck, post 2, Legend, post 3, we have Tennessee, post 4, Juice, post 5, you have Jedden, post 6, El Barba, post 7, Ben, and post 8, Bueno.
And as we were saying earlier, Andrew, here in Game 4, the first game of the day for Anderluck. And like Bueno earlier in the day, this is Anderluck's opportunity to try and take advantage of a little bit easier mix of competition and try and get a W up on the board early for him.
Right, and for Anderluck, is a guy that a couple weeks ago was, just admittedly was struggling, not playing his best Jai-Alai. Week 13 for him, no wins. That's surprising for a guy that was singles champion year 1, a guy that continues to develop at a terrific pace throughout in year 3 now for him to get no wins. Obviously, Douglas that week had 14. You got Ron with 7, Carballo with 6, and you got all these guys in these later games, which makes it tough. But you see those guys. You got Anderluck, Bueno, Ben. I mean, they're getting some of these earlier games, Jedden as well. But they also get the earlier games, and they get the mix of some of those later games as well. So they got to take advantage of these ones and help give them some positive momentum going into those other games. If they're confident, there's no doubt in my mind that all these guys have the ability to knock out Douglas, Ron, Carballo, any of those top guys in those feature games. But it takes a little bit of confidence, a couple games to know that you've got the stuff going into today. And Anderluck is a guy, certainly when he is on, you could really tell.
Well, at 0 minutes, I see Anderluck has the game face on, and we're ready to go.
We are ready to begin this 4th game. And we're ready to begin this 4th game. As we said there, game 4, another spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it back up to 7 points. All points will still double after all those matchups in the first round of play. Serving at red at post 1. Here's Anderluck, and receiving the blue post 2, Legend. Anderluck's serve begins this 4th game. Rebote 2-wall. There's Anderluck. Missed it. Up at the 4 line. Point 2. Two first up on the board here in this 4th game. That'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3. Here's Tennessee. Legend, forehand rebote. Tennessee charging in, gets there. Soft play with the forehand. Soft carambola, that works. Point 3. Tennessee now on the board, 1 point. Here's the green shirt to post 4, Juice. Tennessee high off the front wall. Juice backing up, reaching. Brings it in beyond the 13 line. Hard forehand. Tennessee, last second adjustment. Sticks the footing. Here's Juice. Charging. Forehand. That one scores. Point 4. In receive, black shirt to post 5. Here's Jedden. Jen goes over the top looking for the big bounce. Not going to get over him, but it does score there. Point 5. In now yellow shirt to post 6. Here's El Barba. Jed, not a hop, brings it down. Hard back over the top with his forehand. There's a great catch by El Barba at that 10 line. Right at his feet, and that one scores. Point 6. El Barba now on the board, 1 point. Here's the pink shirt to post 7. We have Ben. Rebote left side, El Barba. Sends this middle of the court. Here's Ben. Hard forehand. Cut off at the 8 line. El Barba stopped it in his tracks. Rebote. There's Ben. Catches a piece of that side wall. Brings it in on a quick bounce. The Cortada stopped by Ben at the 10 line, right along that side wall. Forehand Rebote. Turned by El Barba. Here's Ben now on the forehand. Sidearm to pass. Ben sets up middle of the court. Turns a 2-wall. El Barba's going to get there. Great speed. Goes over his head. Catches a crack. Magic City bounce. pen goes to the ground, but that scores for El Barba there, 0.6. El Barba now 2 points in now to receive here, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8. There's Bueno. El Barba, great catch at the 10 line. Soft on the backhand. There's Bueno over the top, back inside. Brings it in at the 12 line. Bueno now charging. Hard reverse. In and out of the cesta it goes, 0.8. That will do it now for the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning here's post 1, Anderluck. Hard over the top, cut off by Bueno. 8 line, delivers a nice reverse. Rebote comes out, that's a forehand. Bueno back to the inside. Anderluck along the sidewall, makes the catch, goes to the outside, where it does score there, 0.1. Anderluck on the board now, 2 points. Returning, here's Legend. Anderluck there cutting it off at the 8 line. Legend lets it pass. Rebote forehand. Anderluck up at the 7 line. He goes deep. Left side, there's Legend. Gets it up. Coming out middle of the court. Cortada in and out of the cesta of Legend there. 0.1. Returning, here's Tennessee, post 3. Anderluck turns a forehand rebote. Tennessee goes back up at the 7 line. Turns a forehand rebote of his own. There's Anderluck again. Tennessee lost control there. That one into the overhead screen. And they're fighting to get the ball. Anderluck's going to win that one. 0.1 there, giving him a possible game point. He has 6. Going to stop him. Here's Juice, post 4. Anderluck on the forehand, hard over the top, back inside. Juice missed it. At his point and game to the red shirt of post 1, Anderluck. 6 places, taking second. We will have a 5-way playoff to determine third place. To begin post 5, Jedden serves Bueno, post 8. Bueno over the top. One right along the side wall. Gets by to score, 0.5. Jed now 3 points. Here's Legend, post 2. Jedden 2-wall, does not cut out. Jedden's there. 8 line, hard reverse. On the middle of the court now. There's Jedden back inside. 3-wall play. Legend setting up. That one into the pad, 0.5. 5 points for Jedden here. Gives him a possible show point. Here's post 3, Tennessee to stop him. That one in overserve just flew beyond the 7 there. Point
Such
3.
a momentum killer there, Andrew. You know, the overserve just
tough. Always tough there. Tennessee now with 3 points. Serves juice. Post 4. Juice running with it. Held it. Holding. Point 3. Tennessee now, possible show point. In to stop him, there's Bueno. Tennessee turns that hard, middle of the court now. Here's Bueno. Tennessee going to the ground, digs that rebote out. Bueno backed up to the 11. From the outside, his Karam. That's going to score. What a shot, point 8. Karam there from the outside corner. Gives Bueno 3 points. Keeps him alive in this playoff. He serves post 2, Legend. Bueno goes deep with that reverse. Legend missed the rebote there. Point 8. And folks, Bueno now with 5. Jedden returns with 5 points. This will be for show point. Bueno post 8, serves post 5, Jedden. Bueno over his head, makes a nice catch. Karam again. That one lands in to score. Working for Bueno there. Gives him the show. Unofficial order to finish for game number 4. 1, 6, 8. 1, 6, and 8. We'll get those official results here coming up in just a few moments.
And I got to tell you, Andrew, it's like they flipped the switch and Andrew Luck came out of post 1 with the game face on. It's like the whole energy level just jumped up in the building. Yeah, absolutely. And we see that. These earlier games tend to set the tone, but there's some guys that, I mean, you can really tell just the way they throw the ball, the way that just their mannerisms out there. And Andrew Luck, we noticed there just outside of the cage, looked ready to go there for that game 1 and really just showed it right off the bat. Wasting no time. Outstanding, and it seems, it raises everybody else's level of play and level of intensity in that game, markedly different from Game 3. Yeah, absolutely there. As the results there for Game 4 are now official, that was Post 1, Anderluck with the win. Post 6, it's El Barba taking second. Post 8, Bueno coming in third. The 1-6-8 official for that fourth game. And both of those guys we were talking about, we talked about Bueno there before Game 2. Needs a win in these earlier games. Runs it perfect, and then Anderluck doesn't run it perfect, but pretty good effort for him in his first appearance, only missing really one shot that he would probably like to have back, too. As those results there are now up on your screen. The $2 Quinella there, 1-6-6-1. Off of $2, returns $46.80. Going with that 50-cent trifecta again. 50 cent, 168, 276 even. I gotta say, given those guys there for game number 4, 50 cents, 276 for Anderluck post 1. You got El Barba, Bueno. Some of the favorites in that game there. Not a bad payout. Healthy prices here at Magic City today. Very love to see it there, Scott. Absolutely. And then Anderluck to win there. 820 again, that win column. Very interesting. Always interesting to see who gets some action there in the win. But if you bet Anderluck, off of $2, you get 820 back. Moving on, up next, we have game number 5. Our first and only doubles game of this performance. Yes, strap in, folks, because it will be quick, but there's going to be a lot of action here. Game 5 will be going back up to 7 points. Spectacular 7 scoring will be the format here. Except there will be 2 players per post instead of just 1. Doubles works the same there as singles. All the rules the same, but 2 guys per team as opposed to 1. And post time for that 5th game
will be coming your way here in just about 5 minutes. Just about 5 minutes till we get into game number 5.
Congratulations to this week's Fantasy Jai-Alai winner, Willy Wanker and the Pelota Factory. Willy Wanker topped the leaderboard with a total of 166 points with the roster of singles players Douglas, Jedin, and Diaz, and doubles pairing Juice and Ron. Although Douglas had an all-time high price tag of $11, Willy Wanker was willing to spend whatever it took to get number 13 on their squad. And once again, that proved to be a smart decision as Douglas collected a roster-leading 13 wins on his way to a 73-point fantasy output. With just $10 remaining and 3 more players to go, Willy Wanker needed to make smart value picks. Jedin was drafted to the team at $5, and he responded in kind with his best fantasy performance of the season. Number 8 took full advantage of his extra appearances in Week 15, finding the win column 6 times and finishing with the 3rd highest total overall with his collection of 56 fantasy points. As a $5 choice, the former Super Bowl champ outscored 5 other higher-priced Pelotaris, including Ron, who was priced at $10, and Ikeda at $8. With just $5 left, Team Willy Wanker rounded out this week's winning lineup with Diaz at $4 and the $1 double squad, Ron, and Juice. In his first full week of Jai-Alai action in almost 2 months, the Silent Assassin tallied 1 win, 5 places, and 1 show, a contribution of 22 fantasy points. Ron, and Juice, however, may have been the difference maker in putting this team over the top as they collected 2 crucial wins, making them the 2nd highest scoring doubles pair in a limited week of doubles action. Willy Wanker and the Pelota Factory got the golden ticket, closing out Week 15 as the one and only fantasy winner. The team will receive a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt and the full $100 cash prize for its win. It's important to note that cash prizes will remain unlocked for the duration of the season, as long as there are 100 or more active teams in the league. Once the league hits 150 active members, the cash prize for a single weekly winner will increase to $150 thanks to Magic City Jai-Alai, which sponsors all of our prizes. And it doesn't end there. If the league reaches 200 members, the weekly prize money will increase yet again to $200. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just sign up for free at fantasyjai-alai.com, pick your players, and watch your progress on the Jai-Alai Channel. The more people who play, the more money to be won, so please help us spread the word. And remember, every week is a brand new chance to update your team and win. You can find more details regarding the Fantasy League at the Instagram page at Jai-Alai Channel or at fantasyjai-alai.com.
And congratulations to last week's Fantasy Jai-Alai winner, yes, Willy Wanker and the Pelota Factory. Congratulations.
Greatest name ever, Andrew. Come on.
One of the best fantasy sports names of all time. And I don't know if you saw the post there in the fantasy chat there as well, thanking Warden Savior, Mr. Tennessee. Thank Mr. Pelota for bouncing his way. Just a really good post there. Check it out. But congratulations there again, Willy Wanker and the Pelota Factory for Week 15 Fantasy Jai-Alai. $100 check plus that Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt will be coming your way to split amongst all the Oompa Loompas out there making those pelotas and cestas and the operation Willy Wanker's got running out there. So this could be you. We could be talking about your lineup. All you got to do, sign up at fantasyjai-alai.com. They're completely free to play. How it works there every week, you pick a lineup of 4 players. You get 3 singles players and 1 doubles pairing to make up your 4 total players. You have a $21 budget. Each player has a different cost value, so the better players obviously going to be higher value. Some of the lower fantasy producing players going to be lower cost values. You build the best lineup you can with that $21 with, again, 3 singles players and 1 doubles team. You get 5 points per win, 5 points per win, 3 points per place, 2 points per show, and 1 point per quad finish that your player earns throughout the playing week. And then at the end, we total those up, and the person atop the leaderboard gets that cash prize, which could be $150 this week if we have over 150 players, plus that Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt. And we'll update you on that right at the start of that second performance there, Scott. But we have a couple more minutes till we get into this first doubles game of the day. Everyone loves the doubles action here.
The doubles action is great. The teams are very evenly matched. I got to drop back 1 second to your Oompa Loompa reference because that's phenomenal from a guy who didn't even know.
We've really come full
Willie
circle.
Just a few months ago.
The Oompa Loompas, sure. Everyone knows the Oompa Loompas.
I'm impressed.
Thank you, Scott.
They only got. Let's see. He got one T-shirt, so I wonder how many Oompa Loompa mini T-shirts you can make out of one full-size Magic City Highlight T-shirt. I guess we'll find out.
We're going to find out.
Absolutely.
Please let us know.
But evenly matched doubles teams here, and I guess it's been a fairly even start. You probably have the numbers as I don't, but I know you're the numbers guy.
Got them right here. There were two teams that had multiple wins, but no one had more than two. Bueno and Tennessee with 2. Juice and Ron there with 2 wins. Lamonte and Douglas, that was the reigning doubles champion from our first tournament. They had 1 win. And that duo, Vanderluck and El Barba, increasing in popularity. Stu and I talked about a little bit at length there. Seemed to be working well with those two guys. They had 1 win, 1 place in a show. And then the other, we said Lamonte and Douglas with a win, and then Legend and Kubala, the only other team to get on the board there. So Fred and Ikeda, they were winless. Jedden and Ben, surprising, a team on paper we thought should be pretty good. Expect them to have a much better week. And then Diaz and Carballo as well. Only 1 show for them in their 7 appearances. And Carballo, a guy in particular in doubles games we talked about, just in terms of how he is as a partner, he's an easy guy to play with, but particularly, he stormed back from that in that first doubles tournament to take 2nd place with his partner there. So a guy that we know could fill it up in a hurry in those doubles games.
Doubles are fun, and these are an evenly matched bunch. And we haven't seen Lamonte and Douglas assert themselves yet. We'll see what happens this week, or maybe we'll see one of these groups that, as you said, one of these teams that has no wins yet step up, like a Ben and Jedden. We'll see. But we're just a minute away. So
just a minute away from that game, and fantasy-wise too. All those teams, you had Bueno, Tennessee, Juice and Ron, Lamonte and Douglas, the top 3 there, 16, 15, 15 points respectively. We'll see if those guys can match those totals here as we are ready to get into this first and only doubles game of this performance. We're now ready to begin Game 5. Game 5 will be a spectacular 7 doubles match, going up to 7 points. All points will still double after all those matchups in the first round of play. Serving in red at post 1, Diaz Carballo. Receiving in blue post 2, that's Anderluck and El Barba. Diaz serve there begins game number 5. El Barba keeps it inside. There's Carballo. Nice pickup. That missed. Middle of the court. Point 1. 1 first up on the board here in this 5th game that'll bring to the court. White shirts to post 3, the duo of Tennessee and Bueno. Carballo high off the front wall. There's Bueno cutting it off. 8 line. Delivers his reverse. Carballo stopped it. 12 line. Goes outside. Tried to paint the line. That one just wide. Point 3. Three on the board. 1 point. Here's post 4. The duo, Lamonte and Douglas. Douglas rips that reverse. Tennessee goes to the ground to get out of the way. Douglas now up at the 7 line. Hard at Ken. What a catch by Tennessee. 11 line. A little softer on the reverse this time. Douglas lets it pass. Rebote left side. Turns a 2-all narrowly above the pad. Bueno's got it. Karam from the outside. Lamonte got it. Lost it on the throw. Point 3.
Well played point there.
We got Bueno now. Bueno in Tennessee. They have 2 points. Here's the black shirts to post 5, Jedden and Ben. Tennessee sidearm forehand. Comes out to the rebote. Jedden turns it middle of the court. Here's Bueno now. Over the top, back inside. Ben, what a pickup. Got it just beyond the 10 line. Tennessee thought about it, lets it go. Bueno's there to make the save. Jedden. Tejada. The soft play. Bueno's up there at the 4 line. Returns the forehand. Ben narrowly gets out of the way. That's going to score there, point 3. Three straight points for Bueno and Tennessee. In now, yellow shirts post 6. There's Ron and Juice. Strong reverse there from Ron. There's Bueno. Hooked the rebote. 0.6. Here are the pink shirts post 7, Ikeda and Fred. Ron charging in, delivers a big reverse. There's Fred all the way up at the 5 line. He missed it there, 0.6. It now rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirts post 8. Here's Legend and Kubala. Ron back in the corner, 13 line. There's a reverse. That's caught low from Kubala. Takes it on the right side this time. High off the front wall. Kubala charging in at the 10. Looking for a big bounce. Ron missed it. 0.8. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups now worth 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, blue shirts post 2, Anderluck and El Barba. Ball from the outside. That one cut off nicely by Anderluck in the front court. Plays this one. Rebote comes all the way out. That one escaped. 0.2. Returning the red shirts post 1, here's Diaz and Carballo. Carballo, low runner, a little too low. Catches the top of the pad. 0.2. Four points now for the blue shirts. In a receive here, green shirts post 4. The duo of Douglas and Lamonte. Great serve by Anderluck. Scores. 0.2. That one giving him possible game point here. And to stop him, black shirts post 5 here, Ben and Jedden. Anderluck up at the 8 line. Hard forehand again. Ben lays that rebote up off the front wall. Anderluck missed it. El Barba there missed it in the backcourt as well. We're going to continue here. 0.5. Five on the board, 2 points. Returning. Post 3, Tennessee and Bueno. They have 3 points. Bueno there picks the serve. Big reverse. Rebote coming way out. Jedden falling to the ground at the 6 line. There's Bueno in the middle of the court. Costado 2-all. Scores perfectly for Bueno there. 0.3 there, giving them possible game point now. You need to stop them. Yellow shirts. Yellow. Pink. Post 7, that's Ikeda and Fred. Fred cuts it off, rips that reverse. Tennessee in the backcourt, stops it at the 12 line. Here's Ikeda over the top. Bueno cuts it off again. 6 line. Goes deep. That one just does clear the overhead screen. Fred tries to hit it up there. That's not going to make it. That is point and game. White shirt, post 3, white shirts. Bueno in Tennessee. 2 takes a second. That's El Barba and Anderluck. We'll have a playoff now for Show Point. You have Juice and Ron scoring off against Ben and Jedden. This again for Show Point, 3rd place. That one, an overserve. Post 5 will show. Unofficial order of finish there for game number 5. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, and 5. Get those official results here coming up in just a moment.
And that gets the blood flowing there. Those doubles always amps it up, always exciting. And, Bueno is such a natural front quarter.
Yeah.
That team is a back quarter with a front quarter. They communicate, they get along, and they're just going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, really good team aspect of it. We talk about how well they communicated. They've played a lot of games together as well, so that only helps that team. And you saw there a really good display for them in their first doubles performance here of the week. Getting the win, not much more you can ask for there. And if you have them in fantasy, those doubles games are awfully important, especially if you spent $3 to get that duo of Bueno and Tennessee, getting a big 5 points here to start it off. As those prices there are up on your screen to 3-2-5 was official there. That's post 3, Bueno and Tennessee with the win. Post 2, Anderluck and El Barba taking 2nd. And post 5, Jedden and Ben coming in 3rd there. The $2 Quinella there, 2-3 or 3-2, 24-20 off of $2. The $2 trifecta there, 3-2-5. Top 3 finishers there in the exact order. If you got all those, 342.20. And again, they're the favorites. One of the favorites there in that game, $9 to win.
Yeah, good win price, great try price.
Got to say, those top 2 teams, we said, Anderluck and El Barba showed flashes of brilliance when they played together last week, so a team that we know could, certainly if they could put it together, they will be a threat in these doubles games, and did just that, coming in 2nd in their first appearance. 342.20. That's a nice try, as you said there, Scott.
Big try. We're coming up to the 6th game, which will close out the pick 3, and brings the big boys out on the court.
Yep, exactly right there, Scott. Game 6, another spectacular 7 singles match. Coming right back, we'll be playing up to 7 points. All points, of course, will still double after all those matchups in the first round of play. Scott said it, Game 6 closes out the pick 3, starts those feature singles games. You'll get a lot of new faces here in Game 6, including the top 2 in the championship singles standings. You got Douglas there playing on a post 5 in first place, 79 singles wins for him. And then you got Ron there playing on a post 3, 63 singles wins for him. Those guys top 2. See if they can add to their totals here coming up in just about 5 minutes. 5 minutes away till we get into game number 6. And folks, to get you up to the start of that 6th game, in case we have any new fans who may have missed this explanation video here at the top of the program, here it is again to explain in simpler terms how the sport of highlight is played.
The main rule of highlight is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in highlight. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a highlight player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And now just under 4 minutes till game number 6. Game 6, as we said here, concludes that pick 3 as those will pays flash up on your screen.
Crazy disparity in the will pays.
Look at that.
I mean, if 4, 6, 7, or 8 wins Game 6, you're going to have very, very happy winners there. And then, haven't looked at the numbers, but I imagine the Ron Douglas Carballo group is the lower payout. So.
Yeah, you got Ron there out of post 3, and then you have Douglas there out of post 5. And look, I mean, Jedden played pretty well, especially in that Sunday performance. I think he had a chance, was in that Superfecta game, or maybe it was Game 8, was awfully close to taking the win, although it's been tough for some of those guys not named Douglas, Kubala, Ikeda, Carballo to get wins in those later games, but those guys, if they do get one, going to make one lucky better there, particularly happy with the nice payout there as part of that pick 3.
Absolutely, and if you look at that 6, 7, 8 posts, what do we have there? Anderluck, Kubala, Bueno, all returning $888. And Anderluck looks pretty focused today, so we'll see how he does in these later games.
Yeah, exactly right. And one guy that last week may have not been his best, certainly focus-wise, was Ikeda. Expect a lot from him this week. A guy, I think before he went out for a couple of weeks, was right up there with Douglas and the Ron-Rons in terms of winning, placing, showing. His in-the-money percentage is actually third highest still on the roster, but last week just an uncharacteristically bad week for Ikeda there. 1 win, 3 places, 3 shows, and 2 quad finishes in 28 games played for him as well there. So earlier in the season was playing less games and was winning at a higher clip just last week. Not his week there, Scott. So one guy that you can expect maybe to get back on his feet here in week 16.
Absolutely. I mean, you kind of have call them the core 4 of Douglas, Ron, Kubala, and Carballo who play all the late games. But Anderluck, Ikeda, Bueno, Ben, they're all right there, and they're all capable of winning any game.
Yeah.
So one of them steps up, especially post 6, 7, 8 in this game. Big payout. We shall see. And or will it be our Mr. Primetime Douglas? It's you never know from day to day and game to game. But that's what makes it exciting here, Andrew.
Right. That was the interesting thing. That Saturday evening performance, it just looked like Douglas, the way he played in that doubles game. Stu and I both looked at each other, said he may get a grand slam here. He may win all 4 of his singles games to close it out, and actually didn't win any. And then that Sunday performance to close it out didn't look like he had his best stuff, and he runs a perfect, gets a grand slam in that Sunday performance. So, as you said, you still got to play the game, and you still got to, ball's going to bounce the way it is, and you never know here. So we'll see how Douglas does in his first appearance. As we said, they're still just keeping a ridiculous pace atop that championship singles standings with his 79 wins, 16 ahead of Ron. And then there's a 14-game gap from second to third between Ron and Bueno there. So we'll see how this first feature singles game of the day goes here. We got Game 6 coming up. Good luck to those pick 3 bettors. And we're ready to begin Game 6. Game 6, another spectacular 7 singles match here. Playing up to 7 points. All points double after all those matchups. In the first round of play, serving in red of post 1 here is Carballo, receiving the blue post 2, Ikeda. Ikeda tipped it there at the 9 line. Point 1. 1 first up on the board here in this 6th game that'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3. There's Ron. Big reverse by Ron. Comes out to the 7 line. Carballo. Rebote to the outside. Hard forehand. Back inside. One-handed effort. That one missed. Point 3. 3 on the board here. 1 point. And receive green shirt to post 4. There's Jedden. Reverse passes Ron there right along the sidewall. Tough save. Point 4. Jedden with 1 point. He serves the black shirt to post 5. Here's Douglas. Jedden up at the 9. He's got it. There's Douglas. Winds up the Costado. Back inside. That one scores. 0.5. Douglas on the board with 1 point. Here's post 6, the yellow shirt, Anderluck. Serve tip by Anderluck there, 0.5. In comes a pink shirt to post 7. Here's Kubala. At reverse, catches the overhead screen, out of play. 0.5. And in now rounding out the first round of play, here's the purple shirt to post 8. Bueno. Nice reverse from Bueno. Douglas goes back for it, gets it up off the front wall. Bueno over the top. Stop by Douglas on the left side. Bueno up at the 8. Delivers a nice reverse, leaping as Douglas brings it in. Hard reverse this time, right along the side wall. Bueno flicks it up. That one's going to hit. Outside placement. Stop by Bueno. He's got it over the top, back to the middle of the court, backing up Douglas. He's got it at the 9 line. Picata looking for a big bounce. He's going to get one. Bueno hangs with it. Hooks the rebote there, 0.5. That will do it now for the first round of play. All matchups. We're 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, post 2, Ikeda. Douglas thought about it, lets it pass. Forehand rebote missed there, 0.2. Two now, 2 points. Here's Carballo. Ikeda goes to the ground. Diving rebote save. Gets up. There's Carballo. Over the top, back inside. Missed it first time around. Not going to get there, 0.1. Carballo now 3 points. Here's Ron returning, post 3. Point 3. Ron now with 3 points. Here's Jedden returning out of post 4. Ron lost it there on the left side, 0.4. Jed now, 3 points. Returning, here's Anderluck. Yellow shirt to post 6. Rebote coming out. Anderluck diving, forehand save. On a hop, Jedden brings it down. He's up at the 6 line. Hard back inside. Missed by Anderluck there, 0.4. Possible game point here for Jedden. He has 5 points in to stop him. Post 7, Kubala. Jedden turns that rebote in the middle of the court. There's Kubala. Soft play looking for a bounce. Jedden on a hop brings it down. Hard back inside. That one will score for the win. Point and game. Green shirt of post 4, Jedden. 5 places taking second. We'll have a playoff now for third place. That is Show Point. Carballo will serve here to Ron. Post 1 serves post 3. That's overserve. 3 will show. Unofficial order of finish there for game 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and 3. Get those official results here coming up in just a few moments.
And unofficially, I'm going to say there's going to be some monster whopper numbers up there, Andrew.
Yeah, we saw in that pick 3. We said Jedden was at 1,700 there off of...
huge.
I think that's going to be, $1 for about whatever half of that number is. But big payouts there, and safe to say probably no one going to be hitting that high 5 today. You got Fred there taking game 3 out of post 4, and then Jedden, one of the... You saw, even in those pick 3s, you saw there... Douglas's payout was 138, and then Jedden's there up over 1,700.
Yeah, I mean,
so it'd be pretty surprising if someone still has that 5 of 5 combination. But we will see here the $1 pick 3, 134. Nicely done. 888 off of $1 there. $2 Quinella 4-5 or 5-4, 3280. The $2 try there 4-5-3 turns 577.20. And make sure you don't throw out those win tickets. Nobody had the 4 to win. No one had Jen to win. So if you had Ikeda, take them a little bit there, 240. Up next, we have game number 7, game 7. Going to close out that high 5 will be another spectacular 7 singles match. You see there? Going back up to 7. All points, of course, still doubling after all those matchups in the first round of play. And we'll see those potential wheel pays for that high 5. And post time coming up in just about 6 minutes. 6 minutes away till game number 6.
As always, we like to wait and see the high 5 wheel pays, which should be rolling up on our screen shortly here. But,
yeah, this would be, I got to say, if someone still got this one alive...
Yeah, if someone has this one, I want their computer. I want that program, but I think we're safe.
Yeah, it looks
here.
like
only 1 4. No, I guess there's 2 4 out of 5s, 3 4 out of 5s, but nobody.
3 4 out of 5s. I think one of those performances last week we had only 4 4 out of 5s, which was I think that was the lowest we've seen. Given, I think these 3 4 out of 5s are the lowest we've seen in this. In this high 5, those will pay. So a decent amount bet into it. It was over 1,600 was bet in. So yeah, you're looking at a decent carryover in how it's been going. If the same amount is bet into it in that evening or that afternoon performance, second matinee, should be over that $2,000 carryover here in the second performance.
Absolutely. We should see the $2,000 guarantee go by the boards and well over $2,000 to someone if they can be the only correct winner of the high 5 in our 4 o'clock performance. But nice numbers today. Good trifectas, huge pick 3. The numbers are good. Hopefully some players are enjoying the fruits of their labor this afternoon as they toil to try and correctly select our winners here at Magic City Jai-Alai.
And as we said, that high 5, even still with this tough day today, still one of the most generous jackpot wager in all a pair of mutuals, and got to get those numbers on it. It was at about 25%. I think it's even increased over that 25% because that would be 1 out of 4. And I know these past couple weeks, Scott, you know pretty well. Given those Hulk hands now, we can see there are a lot of green being printed.
A lot of green. Listen, I mean, the people that have 4 out of 5 here, that's pretty impressive because that means they had either Fred or Jedden. They had one of those two, which is pretty tough to come up with either one of those. So,
yeah, let's say.
Our prognosticators are very good at what they do, which is why they managed to take a bet that's 32,000 to 1 and hit it 25% of the time. I mean, it's unheard of. You're not going to find that in any other parimutuel sport. So kudos and congratulations to our players, and we'll have a nice carryover for the 4 o'clock performance, and hopefully the pools will overfloweth. Andrew.
Yes. And as you said there, got to think maybe more people had Fred in that first game because we got these late game single stats on the season. Late games only. Jedden played in 59 of these late games. He only had 2 wins, 3 places, and 2 shows coming into today. So his win percentage, just under 3.5%, and his in-the-money percentage is just under 12%. So that was Jedden. And it's a couple of those guys in these later games. Bueno, 164 appearances. He's got 4 wins. So one guy that we said it would be kind of unlikely if he did it, but the way he was playing in these earlier games, and Jedden, the way he's played just last week. I mean, he got those earlier games, gave him some momentum, had a great late game to close it out Sunday, gave him some positive momentum coming into this week, and he looks refreshed this week as well as Zanderluck. But
well, those are our first-year singles champion and runner-up, and they're starting to hopefully feel good and exert themselves a little bit. And it's going to be fun as if these guys really start to step up their game and join sort of those top 4. It's going to be a lot of fun. But it's great to see, and as I said, those supercomputers weren't able to get this one. They came close, but they weren't able to get this one. But hopefully they'll be back in action today at our 4 o'clock. For those of you that, like we say, you can watch for the enjoyment, you can play the fantasy, you can wager, and you can go to watchandwager.com, or if you're up in Connecticut, it's mywinners.com.
Yeah, so now just under 2 minutes till that 7th game here. We'll see. Maybe Jedden can do it again, pulling out a post 1. He's got a very advantageous post position here, but I mean, usually those 4 guys that you mentioned there, that core 4, Carballo, Kubala, I guess it's a core 5, Carballo, Kubala, Douglas, Ronron, and Ikeda. Those guys were combining for a ridiculous amount of those total wins in those later games, so makes sense why those payouts are the way they are for the pick 3 and that high 5, but when you have one guy that sneaks in there with a kind of a bomb in that high 5, you see what it does to those total will pays.
Absolutely. And listen, it's fun to give the money away in every performance, but it's also fun when it builds up and we get, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000, and then that's a substantial jackpot.
I got to say, I always look forward to games 3 through 7. It's an exciting, part of the performance, something to always talk about there. And when we get those jackpots up over, I mean, even when it gets to 6,000, 7,000, there's a lot of excitement. So I can't imagine. I mean, one of these times, Scott, it's got to carry over a couple times, get up over, 5 figures, and then that'll be some real fun in that high 5.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
would be great.
It'll happen
one time last season. He got over 12,000 one time, but we'll see if we can do it here coming up.
Absolutely.
We got Game 7. Let's get into the action. All right. We are now ready to begin this 7th game. Game 7 will be another spectacular 7 singles match, back up to 7 points. And all points will still double. Of course, after all those matchups there in the first round of play, to begin, serving in the red of post 1 here, we have Jedden. And receiving the blue post 2, there's Carballo.
Hey, it's the Mexican players, man. It's not me. Hey, you're a keeper. Shut up. Told you, stop going.
Jedden serve begins game number 7. Jedden leaping brings it in. Forehand. Cut off. 7 line by Carballo. Strong reverse. There's Jedden. That one scores. Point 1. 1 first up on the board here in this 7th game that'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3 years, Ben. Rotate, turn hard by Jedden. Middle of the court, there's Ben. Jedden running back with it. He's got a lot of speed, not going to keep up with the ball there. Point 3. Ben now with 1 point. Here's post 4, Ron. Ron forehand back inside. Ben tipped it there. Point 4. And receive black shirt. Of post 5, we have Bueno. Bueno keeps this one along the side wall. Here's Ron. Forehand rebote. It's cut off there. 8 line by Bueno. Bueno back. Up at the 8 again. This one's going to pass. Ron waits. Gets it just before hitting that ground there. Bueno. There's Ron reaching over his head on the left side. Rebote out again. 2-all. Ron tried to scoop it up. That one just missed. Point 5. And now yellow shirt to post 6. Here's Douglas. Bueno going to the ground. That rebote to the outside. Douglas winds up the Costado 2-all. That one sails just wide of the court. Point 5. Comes a pink shirt to post 7. It's Ikeda. Bueno cuts it off low there. 8 line. There's Ikeda. Nice grab over his head again on that left side. Bueno now. Over the top. Tipped by Ikeda first time around. Point 5. And in now to receive here, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's Kubala. Bueno turns it. Backing up is Kubala. 11 line. Over the top there. Bueno running with it. Goes to the ground. That's a 2-wall. Sending Kubala outside. Karam from the outside. There's Bueno charging in. He gets there. Soft Karam lands just wide of the court as they make contact. Each other a hug there. Point's going to go to Kubala, though. Point 8. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points at the end of the game. Returning, post 2, Carballo. Cabal all the way up at the 5 line. Turns it hard back inside. Carballo sprinting back for it. It's going to bounce twice. Point 8. Eight now serves the returning 1 post. There's Jedden. First from Kubala. There's Jedden. Rebote to the middle of the court. Rebote for Kubala. Gets it up. Not going to get enough to hit the front wall there. Point 1. Jed now 3 points. Returning, here's Ben. White shirt to post 3. Penn low reverse. Caught by Jedden on the right side. Here's Benton. 9 line. Over the top. Cut off. Jedden up at the 7. Bounce twice. Point 1. Possible game point now for Jedden. Post 1. He has 5 points in to stop him. Here's Ron. Post 4. That's an overserve flew beyond the 7 line there. This game will continue. Point 4. Douglas. Big reverse. There's Ron. Turns 2-wall. Does score. Point 4. Possible game point here for Ron now with 5 points. Here's Ikeda, post 7. Ikeda all the way backed up nearly to the back wall here. Ron, hard reverse. Robote out, forehand. Stays in the middle of the court. Here's Ron. Hard forehand back inside. That will score for the win. Point and game. Green shirt to post 4, Ron. 1 placing. That's Jedden taking second. We'll have a playoff now to determine third place at a show point. We have Bueno post 5 serving, Kubala post 8. That one an underserve. 8 takes the show. Unofficial order of finish for game number 7, 4, 1, 8. 4, 1, and 8. We'll get those official results here coming up in just a few moments.
In those top 2, Douglas and Ron, and kind of jockey back and forth. Ron's got a lot of ground to make up, but starts off this week at least cutting into the Douglas lead by 1 there.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that Douglas had opened that lead up to 16 games. 16 games. I mean, over the last 3 weeks, we had this total in the recap here. And I think it was upwards of, we got it. 14 plus 18, that's 32. You add 13 more. 45 wins for Douglas over the last 3 weeks. So,
it was crazy. And, I was doing my projections, and I expected that Douglas would come back.
Sure.
But not that quickly, that fast, that furious. I mean, amazing. Just the catching up and then the passing and sprinting out ahead. And now it'll be interesting to see. Ron has to play a little bit of catch up, but there's one there.
Yeah, awfully competitive guy too. And talking about Ron certainly wants that 15,000, although it doesn't quite show it maybe as much as the other guys, but that's maybe more traditional highlight background for Ron. Played professionally before coming here to Magic City, so sort of why, may not seem to show as much or care as much. No, he cares a lot, and he wants that 15,000 and gets the win there. Win number 64. Win number 64 for Ron there on the season. As those prices come up on your screen, the result was official 4-1-8. Post 4, Ron with the win. Post 1, Jedden taking second. And post 8, Kubawa coming in third. 4-1-8 there. You see the $2 Quinella, 1-4 or 4-1. It's the top 2 finishers, the Quinella there in any order. Could have had the 4 on top, could have had the 1 on top, doesn't matter. $30 off of a $2 bet there. The $2 try, 4-1-8.
469.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 something and change. How about that high 5? 4-1, 3, 4-4. No one hit it. That's 4 of 5 numbers. Returns 219.60 though, so not a bad return there. 4 out of 5 with a carryover of 558.80 going into this second matinee afternoon performance. So if we had the same amount that was bet into it, we should be over that minimum $2,000 guarantee as part of that high 5 jackpot. So make sure to come back for that this afternoon.
Absolutely. Good action going.
And coming up next, we have game number 8 coming up. Game 8 closes out that mighty Ocho. Be another spectacular 7 singles match here. Final spectacular 7 match of the day here. It's the final time we'll be going up to 7. Of course, those points will still double after all matchups in the first round of play. The post time there for game 8, just about 6 minutes away.
Miami of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
and I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, Jai-Alai. They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the word played Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father. Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And folks, that was a trailer for the award-winning documentary Magic City Hustle. It's about the start of the highlight program here at Magic City just a few years ago. And if you'd like to watch that for yourself, head on over to MagicCityCasino.com. There under the highlight tab, there's a button that says Magic City Hustle. You can click on that, or you just go MagicCityHustle.com, type that directly into your browser. Either way you do it, it'll take you to the same main screen where you can make a purchase of that film for $5, and from there, enjoy it as many times as you like.
Yeah, absolutely. And for people who haven't seen the movie and do watch with some regularity, or maybe it's your first time tuning in, MagicCityHustle.com and watch the documentary. It's pretty entertaining. It's a lot of fun, and it'll really give you a great insight into the program.
Yes.
And, you know, how it started. And you watch that documentary, and then you watch the play we have going on the court today, and you really understand what the goal of the program was and just how far these players have come in a very short time.
Right, and we talk about, I mean, in other sports, how often do you see guys with, you know, less than 3 years total experience playing a sport out on this type of stage? I mean, you rarely see that anywhere. And these guys, the fact that they've improved, the fact they keep getting better, I mean, it's really interesting. Definitely go watch it, and you see how those earlier games started. If you're, you know, you're maybe disappointed in some of the earlier games or whatnot, go check those out. You really have an appreciation, a better understanding of the entire program and what exactly is trying to be built here at Magic City.
Absolutely, and you'll see where these players come from and sort of their past lives, if you will, and the, you know, a lot about the side hustles, the 2 and 3 jobs a lot of them were doing, and many of them still, you know, are full-time professional highlight players and have second careers.
Yeah. Right, so definitely, and again, check that out. Magic City Hustle, that's on MagicCityCasino.com or MagicCityHustle.com. Type that directly into your browser, and yeah, certainly over this time while you're at home, a couple extra hours, you're wondering what to do, and certainly if you watch here with regularity and you're one of the people that join us here almost every performance, if you haven't checked it out, certainly do it there. Only $5 purchase.
Yeah, worth seeing, worth really everybody taking a look, and really gives you a good perspective and a good appreciation of what we're trying to accomplish. And it'll also make you understand why JR and Stu, when he's here, smile a lot, because they had to battle through teaching a whole lot of people who didn't know what a cesta or a pelota was.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they didn't even know language. They didn't know words. They didn't know the equipment. I mean, that's basically, I mean, literally starting from the ground up with no knowledge. And I mean, sure, even these numbers, they talk about Quinela's exacta, trifecta. I'm sure some of the guys are still like, what exactly do those mean? Right.
No, imagine trying to teach someone to play baseball and they don't know what a glove and a bat are.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a great, yeah.
You know, and then, you know, 2 years after putting on a glove or picking up a bat, they're playing professional at a high level. That's you know, inconceivable.
Yeah, and that what makes think about Douglas so much more impressive. Missed season 1, started training in a batting cage in North Carolina just 2 years ago, and 2 years ago, no experience on a court. I mean, that's like, you hear stories in sports all the times of guys maybe coming internationally and they would grow up playing on, using anything they can to just play a sport, and that's what Douglas had to do. Obviously, highlight not big in the state of North Carolina, and
doesn't have a huge following.
not a big following, but
I think the Douglas clan are pretty much our sole watchers and listeners in the state of North Carolina. But we hope we're going to change that.
Yes, absolutely. But no, certainly take it up, and people are saying certainly watch that. Must see if you're involved in this program every day as we are here.
And we're a minute away, and really been a good Thursday to kick off this week. It was a little lackluster maybe in the beginning, but I think when Anderlecht stepped on the court in Game 4, it certainly turned up the volume and the energy, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and
Game 8.
Yeah, and some non-chalky results here coming in. You got Jedden, a couple of top twos, Anderlecht with a win, so we'll see if Douglas can get his first win of the week here in Game 8, which we are ready to begin. This 8th game will be another spectacular 7 singles match, final one of the day. This performance, rather, we'll be playing this one up to 7 points. All points will still double after all those matchups. In the first round, serving in the red of post 1, there's Anderlecht, and in the blue post 2, there's Bueno. Anderlecht's serve begins Game 1. That's an underserve there. Point 2. 2 first up on the board here in this 8th game that'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. Here's Ron Ron. Bueno forehand rebote. There's Ron Ron, middle of the court. Goes outside with it. Just wide. Is just outside the line there. Point 2. In receive, post 4, here's Kubala. Kubala goes deep. That one passes. Sets up 9 line again. Forehand rebote turn. Cut off there from Bueno. 7 line. Bueno goes outside. Kubala read it. He's there. Forehand back inside. Bueno sends it deep. Rebote again. Runs under it on the forehand this time. Cuts it off. 9 line. High off the front wall. There's Kubala again. Rebote miss. Point 4. And receive here. Black shirt to post 5. Here's Ben. Bote again, Kubala sliding, sends this one outside. Ben now. Kubala cuts it off right at the 6 line before crossing the side wall. Here's Ben backing up, stops, fires that Rebote, goes outside. Kubala diving again, this one to the inside, and it scores. Perfect Rebote save. Scores right along that side wall for Kubala, giving him 2 points. In to stop him. Yellow shirt to post 6, there's Douglas. Douglas passes. Kubala forehand Rebote hooked. Point 6. Douglas now on the board with 1 point. Here's post 7, Ikeda. Backhand gets away from Ikeda into the overhead screen. Point 6. And in now rounding out the first round of play, here's the purple shirt of post 8, Carballo. Carballo leaping, brings it in on the left side. Douglas, Karam, wasting no time, that scores. Point 6. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Anderluck. Strong reverse from Douglas. Anderluck digs it out at the 7 line. Douglas now charging. Rips that forehand to score there, 0.6. That gives Douglas here a possible game point. And to stop him, post 3, Ron. That one, an underserve, comes up short of the 4 line here. Game will continue. 0.3. Ron now on the board with 2 points. Returning, here's post 2, Bueno. That one hit Ron. Lost a point there for Ron. 0.2. Bueno now 4 points. Returning post 5, that's Ben. Bueno goes up the wall, in and out of the cesta it goes there, 0.5. Returning, here's post 4, Kubala. Ben gets it up off the front wall. There's Kubala charging in. 7 line. Doesn't overthrow it. Maybe does. There's Ben, makes the rebote save. In and out of the cesta. Just trickles out there. 0.5. Ben with 4 points. Returning, here's the pink shirt of post 7, Ikeda. Ben now delivers hard reverse at the 10 line. Ikeda forehand rebote back inside. Ben's reverse a little too high. Catches the overhead screen out of play, 0.7. Returning purple shirt of post 8, Carballo. Ikeda forehand. Cut off 9 line by Carballo. Thought about it, lets it pass. Carballo got it middle of the court. Sidearm forehand. Taken by Ikeda. He's got it on the forehand side. Carballo lets this one pass. Missed the rebote there, 0.7. Four points now for Ikeda. Here's post 1, Anderluck. Ikeda missed it there. Middle of the court on the left side, 0.1. Anderluck on the board with 2 points, but returning with possible game point, here's Douglas. Yellow shirt of post 6. Another great serve from Anderluck, even better return by Douglas. Fake the carom, goes back inside. Douglas got the speed, gets under it. 11 line. Reverse, just does clear the overhead screen. Anderluck turns that forehand rebote hard. Forehand rebote again, middle of the court. Here's Douglas now. Hard forehand over the top. Anderluck, what a catch. Douglas reaching out left side, stops it. Anderluck up at the 8. Going for the carom, not cutting out. Douglas had it on the left side, but lost it. What a point. Point 1. Anderluck, 4 points. Returning, here's post 3, Ron. Forehand rebote missed there. Middle of the court, point 3. Ron now, 4 points. Here's post 2, Bueno. He returns with 4 points as well. Rebote left side, Ron turns it hard back inside. Bueno, good pickup. Ron back inside. Bueno, left side again, 10 line. Ron letting it pass. Trading reverses again, Bueno. Once more, here's Ron now on the left side. Bueno gets up there, turns the 2-wall with a soft touch. Ron gets there. Cortada. That scores there, point 3. Possible game point now for Ron. 6 points. It is stop in post 4, that's Kubala. Ron hard back to the inside. That one's going to score for the win. Point and game. White shirt to post 3. Ron. Post 6, Douglas will place, taking second. We will have, the remaining teams will pair off and play off here for show. To begin, 5 serves to 7. Ben lost control there on the 2-wall. Sails wide of the court, point 7. Post 1, Anderluck will now serve to Bueno. Post 2, the winner will take on Ikeda for show. Anderluck, incredible catch on the left side. Here's Bueno. Rebote, just above the pad, charging up 6 line. There's Anderluck. Big reverse. Rebote out. This one's going to go to the back corner on the outside. Anderluck diving. Sent that into the overhead screen. Point 2. Now Ikeda will serve here to Bueno. This will be for show point, 3rd place. Ikeda stops at the 6 line. Forehand rebote turn. Bueno cutting it off. Catches that side wall. Scoop attempt missed. 2 will show. Unofficial order of finish there for Game 8. 3-6-2. 3-6-2. We'll get those official results coming up in just a few moments.
I'll tell you, Andrew, if from Game 4 on is indicative of what we're going to see this week, it's going to be a hell of a week here at Magic City Jai-Alai because these guys
are terrific.
Playing great. I mean, some of these serves, Anderluck, when he's playing against Douglas, I guess he's just realizing he's got to throw a really good first serve, or else Douglas is immediately going to get on the offensive. his serves today have just been out of this world.
I say we saw there was one previously. It's that game. I think that was game 6 that we said may have been one of the best serves we've ever seen here, and then that one coming back in. And the return that Douglas makes off of that, so much harder than it really looks on camera. You have no appreciation for how difficult of a catch that is, crossing the sidewall there. That's one of those things you really have to see in person to fully understand.
No, you do. You're absolutely right. And, hopefully someday in the not-too-distant future. But to be here and see this, especially not necessarily from our view, because I think as the people know, we're sitting behind the glass wall. We're seeing the ball come at us. But if you're watching from the side, you get an appreciation for the speed of the ball, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, really one of those things that and that's one. When I was at home watching, that was the one thing we said is the speed. It just looks about 75%, maybe even 50% of what you see sitting back here. So. Definitely one thing. Hope to get fans back in here soon to really see that, as those prices there for Game 8 are up on your screen there. How about the Ocho? $1 Ocho, 654-134-43. That's the combination for the Ocho, the winners of games 1 through 8. 3 of 8 numbers returns $1.60. Carry over there, $16.86. So, as we said, approaching that $2,000. The $2 Quinella there, 3-6 or 6-3, $15.80. Public all over that one. And how about that $2 try? 362, $166.40. And coming up next, folks, we have the finale here this Thursday. First matinee performance here. We got the Superfecta 9-point singles match here to close it out. This game will be going up to 9 points instead of 7. All points, of course, will still double after all those matchups in the first round of play. You see that Superfecta wager also available. Only time to place a Superfecta bet here. And if you're wondering what exactly does that mean, works the same way as the trifecta, except you got to get the top 4 finishers in the exact order, not just the top 3. So a little more difficult, and you got a 10-cent option to bet that Superfecta in this 9th and final game only, and that'll be coming your way in just about 5 minutes. 5 minutes away to the finale here in this first matinee performance. And to explain some of the subtle differences between those 7 and 9 point games, here's a video that explains Spectacular 9 scoring. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And Andrew doing yeoman service here, filling in double duty for Stu, who hopefully will be back with us tomorrow or Saturday. Stu, if you're out there listening, of course, we miss you and want you back as soon as possible. You're missing an exciting day. I'll say the players are pretty loose back here. There's a lot of banter. Hopefully they're not breaking any rules in your absence. Yes. But everything is good. Andrew's doing a great job in the play. As we said, since Game 4, Andrew really stepped up the level of play, and I think the guys are having a good time and coming out of the chute on Thursday strong. So it should be a fun and exciting week, and we've got this carryover moving forward into the 4 o'clock performance. Andrew's going to...
Stu's got to get those. He's got to get those picks in. Clearly didn't hit that high five in the first performance. So
he's got
we'll
one more
see
shot.
How he can do.
We'll see what he can do in the 4 o'clock. So Stu, tune up that supercomputer you've got there and get those picks in. But great job, Andrew. I'm going to step out. I know you'll bring us home from here, and then you'll have the rest of your crew and some able assistance from producers, etc., to get you through the 4 o'clock.
Well, be good. Thanks for joining us, Scott.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right, guys, and now just 2 minutes away from that 9th game. Game number 9, as we said here, the finale of this first matinee performance. But don't worry if you want a little more highlight or just getting started here. The games have been getting pretty good. In the second half of this performance, we'll be back here. 9 more games starting at 4 p.m. for you. It's going to be the same format pretty much there. You get those earlier games. You got that doubles game coming in Game 5, and then you got the 4 feature singles to close it out there, Games 6 through 9. And as we said there, that high 5 carryover. Probably going to take it over that $2,000 minimum jackpot guarantee today. So certainly a good day to play those high 5s. Usually, as we said, goes on a 1-game losing streak and 1 performance losing streak, and then seems to be hit the next time. So very rare that we've got 2 performances in a row where that high 5 doesn't get hit. So maybe you can be that lucky winner. Coming up here in the afternoon performance, again, that high 5, pick the winners of games 3 through 7 for your chance to cash in on that jackpot bonus payout, which should be, as we said, over that $2,000 minimum. We're now less than a minute away from game number 9. Usually at this juncture of the week, it's usually Douglas that's filling up the win column, but his counterpart here, Ron, second place in the championship singles standings, gaining 2 wins on Douglas here. 65 for him on the season. And last week, Ron 5 wins, 4 places, and 4 shows. By his standards, pretty average week for him. He's been racking up the wins there. The previous weeks, he had 7 wins, 15 wins, 13 wins. So for Ron, 4-win performance there for him. 5-win performance, rather. Just a solid effort for him. 5 wins in a week, still pretty good. But picking up 2 early here. And Douglas, last week, week 15, 13 wins, 0 places, and 4 shows. This week, Douglas already placed 2 times. So crazy game we got here in Highlight. We got 1 more here to close out this performance. Game number 9. Game 9 will be a superfecta 9-point singles match. We'll be playing this game up to 9 points. All points still doubling after all those matchups in the first round here. Serving red at post 1, there's Bueno. Receiving blue post 2, Anderluck. Bueno serve there begins game number 9. Bueno. Forehand's going to score there, point 1. 1 first up on the board here in this 9th game. That'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3. Here's Ron. Rebote forehand. To the inside. There's Ron with a good stop. 9 line. Catches a piece of that sidewall coming out middle of the court. Bueno turns a 2-wall. Ron from the outside. Soft carom. Not cutting out. Bueno now. Forehand. Stopped by Ron on the left side. Goes deep. Bueno. Rebote into the overhead screen. That is out of play. Point 3. In to receive now. Green shirt to post 4. Here's Douglas. Douglas powers that forehand, stopped by Ron. Forehand to the outside. Lets it pass. Turns it back middle of the court. Here's Douglas now. Reverse there. Catches 3 walls. Ron turning it back inside. Lets it pass again. Rebote 2-wall. Does not cut out. There's Ron. Gives him the carom. Maybe catching a chunk of that sidewall. Going to sail wide of the court. Out of play, point 4. Douglas on the board now, 1 point. Here's Kubala, black shirt to post 5. Douglas turns the forehand rebote. Kubala 2-wall. Charges it. That one tipped up at the 7 line, 0.4. 4 serves, yellow shirt to post 6. Here's Ben. That's an overserve. That one flew beyond the 7.6. Ben on the board now, 1 point. Here's pink shirt to post 7, Garbayo. Garbayo charging up at the 6 line. The Dejada, the soft play. Ben's got the legs to get there. Up at the 4 line. Hard forehand. Carballo back for it. Lays it up. That's just going to hit under that overhead screen. Ben now. 8 line again. Rips that reverse. Coming way out. Carballo up at the 5. Went for the soft play again. That one a little too soft. Short of the front wall. 0.6. And in now rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's Ikeda. Ben tipped it, 0.8. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Remember, this game going up to 9 points, not 7. Here's post 2, Anderluck. Ikeda stopped at 10 line. Reverse. Anderluck's got it. Forehand. Comes over the top with it. Backing up Ikeda at the 12 line. Goes high off the front wall. Scoop attempt. In and out of the cested. Went there. 0.8.
Why the fuck did I try to scoop?
Ikeda serves. Returning 1 post. That's bueno. Ikeda lays it up. It's going to hit. Bueno charging in now. 4 line. Hard forehand. Stop by Ikeda. That one into the top of the pad. 0.8. Ikeda now 5 points. White shirt to post 3 returns. Here's Ron. What a pickup by Ikeda on the left side. Goes deep. Ron, 7 line. Back to the inside. Reaching out. He's got it again. Ron switches up on the forehand now. Goes for the carom. That one will score. Wow, what a shot. 0.3. In receive, black shirt to post 5. Here's Kubala. Kubala. Runner inside. Ron goes back for it. He's at the 9 line. Ron. That one scores. 0.3. Ron now with 5 points. Here's post 4. Douglas. Douglas up at the 8 line. Reverse 2-wall. Ron reaching out. He's got it on the forehand. One hand by Douglas. My goodness. Ron, the 2-wall scores. What a point by these guys. Point 3. That one gives Ron a possible game point. In a stop and pink shirt to post 7, Carballo. Carballo back inside. Ron goes for the one-handed scoop. That one not working. Game continues here, point 7. 7 now, 2 points. Returning, here's post 6, Ben. Also with 2 points. Carballo dropped it. Point 6. Ben now 4 points. Returning, here's Anderluck. Ben on the forehand. Caught over his head by Anderluck. Nicely done on the right side. Ben now left side again. Low one back inside. Cut off Anderluck. 9 line. Robote forehand. Turn to the middle of the court. A quick bounce. Anderluck brings it in. Hard forehand. Ben running back with it. Gets assessed on it, but into the overhead screen. Out of play there. Point 2. Anderluck on the board now. 2 points. Returning, here's post 1, Bueno. Anderluck to the inside. There's Bueno. Running out the 9 line again over the top his forehand. Anderluck switches to the right side at the last second, making the catch. Keeps it inside. Bueno digs it out. Anderluck in the middle of the court. Fake the carom. Keeps it inside. That one scores. Point 2. Two now, 4 points. Returning, here's post 8. That's Ikeda. He has 5 points. Anderluck backpedaling. Stopped into the 11. Sidearm forehand to the middle of the court. Here's Ikeda. Forehand. On a hop, there's Anderluck bringing it in. Robote comes way out up to the 7 line. Ikeda turns it. Anderluck again. Back inside. Ikeda digs it out. Catches the overhead screen, though. Good effort. Point 2. Returning, here's post 5, Kubala. Anderluck turns it at the 7 line, backing up. On a quick bounce, Kubal bringing it in. Forehand. Scores, point 5. Everyone on the board now. Kubal with 2 points. He serves the returning 4 post. Douglas. Forehand Robote back inside. Douglas stops at 10 line. Flicks it reverse. Robote forehand. Lets it pass. It's the corner of that front wall. Kubala there on a hop, bringing it in. From the outside, goes soft with that forehand. Douglas. Karam not cutting out. Kubala left side makes the stop. Douglas, 9-line. Runner back inside. One hand on the unbelievable scoop there. 2-all going to the ground. That one hits in and scores. What a point these two just played. Kubala hanging in there to dig it out to get the point 5, giving him 4 points. But, of course, returning here with a possible game point. White shirt to post 3, that's Ron. He has 7. Strong left side from Ron. Kubala all the way up at the 7. Gets out of the way. The Ron winding it up. Soft 2-walls. Going to score for the win. Point and game. White shirt to post 3. Ron. 2 places, 8 shows. We'll have a playoff now to determine quad point. That is 4th place. Post 6, Ben serves. Post 5, Kubala. Ben hangs in there, gets it up off the front wall, backing up Kubala. Beyond the 11. Looking for a big bouncer. Gets over Ben. One hand, gets it on. Gets assessed on it. Not going to make the front wall. Post 5, Kubala takes the quad. Unofficial order of finish for game number 9. 3, 2, 8, 5. 3, 2, 8, and 5. We'll get those official results coming up in just a few moments. And results there for Game 9 are now official. Post 3, Ron with the win. Post 2, Anderluck taking second. Post 8, Ikeda comes in third. And post 5, it's Kubala taking the quad. 3, 2, 8, 5 is official there for Game 9. The $2 Quinella there, 2, 3, or 3, 2. Turns $23.80. The $2 try there. 3, 2, 8, 291 even. The 10-cent super there. Superfecta 3, 2, 8, 5 is the combo. 10 cents returns $99.64. Folks, great first 9 games opening up. We'll be back for 9 more at 4 p.m. here, just under an hour and a half from now. So that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Thursday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City and on the Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon, and we invite you to join us again when we'll be back here for 9 more games at 4 p.m. We sure hope you enjoyed all of today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai Channel on YouTube and let us know your thoughts and any questions you may have in the comments section. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll be back here at 4 p.m. Goodbye till we can see you back here at Magic City Jai-Alai. Take care, everyone.